Hey, craft beer storm peeps. How are you doing today? It's Mike. It's Friday. That means it's Craft Brew News Day. So we bring you the stories of the week in the arena of craft beer, the drama, all kinds of stuff going on. I'm also enjoying my new beer. It's called Cashmere, and it has that lemon and kind of melon coming off it. We use cashmere hops and mosaic hops, and it has a nice, clean, bitter taste. Really nice, smooth beer. So be ready next week. If you're in the Portsmouth area, New Hampshire area, come on in. Try some out. If not, you got to get here. All right, first story. A judge denies AB's motion to dismiss Patagonia trademark lawsuit. What's happening here with Patagonia? A federal judge on Tuesday denied Anheuser-Busch's motion to dismiss a trademark case filed by outdoor clothing maker Patagonia after the world's largest beer manufacturer launched a beer called Cerveza Patagonia. Patagonia is a region in Argentina, I believe. It's the same thing like when Moosehead sued one of the local breweries here because they use moose. They even call themselves Moose Lick Brewing, so Moosehead got upset and sent a cease and desist. It was ridiculous, but, what are you going to do? But apparently, Patagonia has a lot of cash, so they're like, you know what, AB, we're going to court. So, apparently, according to Law 360, Patagonia sued for trademark dilution rather than a trademark infringement due to the two companies' products being unrelated. A company can only file for trademark dilution when the mark has become famous. By the way, all these stories are brought to you by brewbound.com. Awesome website, www.brewbound.com. Good stuff. So the U.S. District Judge Virginia A. Phillips ruled that Patagonia, who cited more than $10 billion in sales, did indeed fit this description. I guess they are famous, right? $10 billion with a B. It's a big company. Phillips wrote, to meet the famousness element of protection under the dilution statutes, a mark must be truly prominent and renowned, and the plaintiffs have sufficiently alleged that the Patagonia mark is famous and distinctive. Along with the trademark dilution, the lawsuit also sought to cancel AB's 2012 registration of the name Patagonia, as it could be associated with the apparel company. Phillips refused AB's request to dismiss those claims. Patagonia General Counsel Rob Tadlock told Law 360 that AB has deliberately tried to confuse customers into thinking that Patagonia Cerveza is produced by Patagonia rather than Anheuser-Busch. Last month, AB launched Cerveza Patagonia in 13 states. They just launched it anyway. So there you go. More drama between AB and someone else. These trademark and infringement things, man, they happen they're commonplace in the craft beer world. I got notified by a brewery that my new logo was too much like theirs. And, before we go to our lawyers, you should change it. And I'm like, oh, man, okay. So I flipped it around and I did a couple things to it and everybody was happy. And then we avoided that. But move forward, right? Next story. Brewers Association estimates number of breweries in planning. And Brewers Association BA Chief Economist Bart Watson. We interviewed Bart Watson when I was out at the Craft Brewers Conference earlier this year. He's a cool guy. He knows what he's talking about. And check out that episode. I'll put it in the show notes. Check it out. Referencing state license lists and brewery and planning memberships in its database, along with alcohol and tobacco tax and trade bureau permits. Estimated that 1,940 breweries will open in the U.S. over the next 2 years. Now, according to Watson, when factoring in brewery closures, the total number of total breweries in the U.S. over the next 2 years could reach around 9,200. Wow, 9,200. That's a lot of breweries, right, in the U.S. And it's, wineries in the U.S. are about 11,000, and so 9,200. But when you think about it, there's really not a winery or a vineyard like right around the corner. They're very, the specific areas, and if there's 11,000 of them, like breweries can open up pretty much anywhere. You could think about if you scale it up, it could be easily double, like 11,000, right? It can approach 20,000, right? There's a lot of people in the U.S., a lot of thirsty people. We bring that local craft beer to you. We support it. The next story, Narragansett, it's kicking butt, acquires 18,000 square foot brewery in Rhode Island. And Narragansett Beer officially acquired an 18,000 square foot building in Providence, Rhode Island, which will serve as the company's new headquarters. Narragansett plans to add an indoor tap room, an outdoor beer garden, and special event space to the facility, which is slated to open in spring 2020. Narragansett's huge up here in New England. I'm not sure if they distribute around the country, but I know in New England they're all over the place, and they're killing it. Narragansett President Mark Hildendrung told Brewbound that he expects the first phase of the project to cost $6 million, and the company will also own the building. In a press release, Hildendrung called the brewery acquisition a homecoming for him and a new chapter for the brand. To have a brewery right on top of Narragansett Bay that's easy to get into Providence, and it's disconnected to the picturesque India Point Park and East Side bike path is really a dream come true. He said, Narragansett will continue to produce its higher volume offerings at FIFCO USA and the Isle Brewers Guild in Pawtucket, while producing small batch and innovation beers in its 15 to 20 barrel brew house in Providence, where the company also plans to install a canning line. So Gansett, go Gansett. And our last story is with Anheuser-Busch again, but it's a positive story. Anheuser-Busch donates canned water to Hurricane Dorian relief effort. And they do this in the past, and I applaud Anheuser-Busch for doing this. I think this is awesome. Anheuser-Busch, answering the American Red Cross request for aid, donated more than 100,000 cans of water to Florida residents in advance of Hurricane Dorian, according to Florida Politics. The water was delivered to AB's Jacksonville Brewery from its production facility in Centerville, Georgia. Southern Eagle Distributing, Gold Coast Eagle Distributing, and Bernie Little Distributors distributed the water. So that's great. They have huge facilities. Instead of making beer, they can can water. It's all sealed. They got the logo on it, water. And I think that's fantastic, and I applaud them for doing that. They always step up and do this during disasters, which is cool. And that's your craft beer news for today. Remember, we have a craft beer weekend coming up at the Victoria Inn in New Hampshire. And that'll be happening on October 25th, 26th, 27th. We're going to have food and beer pairing, local brewers, Q&A session. We'll take you on a bus, pick you up on a bus, and bring you to local breweries. It's going to be awesome. We've got more food for you. Sunday, we got kegs and eggs. We'll give you some beer and some breakfast. It'll just be a whole weekend, scheming now, planning it out, do a presentation, how to make beer, give you some samples of green, hops. We'll go through the whole thing. It'd be great. So check out www.craftbeerstorm.com. There's a link there right to Victorian's website where you can get more information. And I got more scheduled. We're finalizing the details. I'll let you know about those, both here in New England and also in New York. Got a couple in New York coming up. So that's what I have for you today. If you do me a favor, please go on iTunes, give us a rating, give us a review, subscribe. You get these automatically. I do 3 of these a week, and it comes right to you. You don't have to worry about it. Tell a friend, tell 10 friends. And everything will be okay. That's the only way we can get into, into the rankings, get our rankings up, is if we have people, giving us likes and giving us reviews and subscribing. That just helps tremendously. Just get the word out, and we grow. And it's good for everybody. It's good for craft beer because I'm all about local. I'm 360. If you want to be on our podcast, you have anything to do with craft beer, shoot me an email, michael@craftbeerstorm.com. If you know any brewers, you want to get them on, just connect us, man. I'll do it. I'll take care of it. We'll get them on. All right, that is our podcast for today, Craft Brew News. I wish you a fantastic weekend. Drink that craft beer. Support your local brewery. Check out our craft beer weekend. It's going to be awesome. And I wish you a great weekend, and I will see you on Monday. Take care.